Now that you know about the leveling guidelines, let's go into figuring out what it takes to get promoted to the next level. This can be from senior to staff or staff to senior staff or principal. First up, you are already successful at many things. You are good, strong TPM, and you have done great things so far. Here's the thing. What got you here won't get you there. The next chapter, the next level, requires you to do more, as we saw in the scope and complexity discussion. That's what we are going to focus on for the rest of the course. What do you need to get to that next level? The first thing is you need to be operating at the next level in order to get to the next level, whatever that level is for you. And you need to be doing it consistently, probably over a period of 6 to 12 months. Each organization is different, so they may have different requirements. So check what's yours. But there's a reason that you need to be operating at that level. You have to do it for a few months. It's because you have to be set up for success. We don't want to take you to the next level and then have you fail at that level, because things are more difficult at the next level. We talked about more complexity. So if you're not able to handle the pressure that comes with the next level, it's hard. And you don't want to go from getting promoted to not meeting expectations. Imagine if you're a runner, or maybe you have never run and you start running maybe 15 minutes. The first time you run, it may be a mile. With practice, you're going to be able to get to 2 miles, maybe 5 miles. Maybe you run a 10K race. If you can run a 10K race consistently, that doesn't mean you can get up and go do a marathon immediately without training. You have to be consistently training for multiple weeks or months in order to build up your stamina and endurance to do a marathon. So what do you need to do? 3 Ps. Plan. You first want to talk to your manager. You want to understand how is your current performance. When you do that, you can then understand what is needed to get to the next level. There's the exercise that comes after this particular step that will help you do that. Once you plan this out with your manager, now you need to start showing progress, which means you identify the programs that will help you build those skills to be performing at the next level. Without changing the type of programs you're working on, you can't really progress or build those skills. So you have to find those things that help you elevate from your current role. And then you have to perform. Once you have those programs assigned to you, now you have to deliver. And you have to deliver in a way that demonstrates those skills that are needed at that level. And of course, you're going to be learning along the way and building other skills as well. Another thing that you need to do is shift your mindset. If you think about the TPM monument that we talked about, where your technical skills form the foundation and there are those 3 pillars, you still require all of these skills. However, your leadership and communication skills play a bigger role with each level that you go up. Influencing, managing your stakeholders, setting accountability, communicating with tact, executive presence. These are all part of your leadership and communication skills that you require in order to make a bigger impact. You will probably start to have more of a breadth focus because you're going to work on bigger scope, which means you have to focus on the execution in a specific way. You have to elevate yourself and able to balance the breadth versus depth. Technical understanding. While that still stays, your understanding and how you operate from a technical perspective changes. Because now that your scope is across multiple teams, you need to understand the full stack rather than individual components. You need to understand how these components connect or interact with each other. So be ready to start thinking in a different way.